Now, remember what I said about Ash-based teams suddenly getting popular with the influx of casual players using Pokémon Showdown? Well, we can compare the members of such teams with those around them in the rankings and see just how much weight those players are given by the new system. To be honest, it's not that visible with Venusaur since it's a very competent Pokémon in its own right as the premier chlorophyll abuser. However, the fun starts with Lapras. As you can see, it was used almost 7,000 times last month. But take a look at those who are just ahead. A lot of Pokemon in the 4,000s, and when you get to those Pokemon that were used as much as Lapras, you realize that the weighted usage is substantially higher as well. Indeed, between normal, Kyurem, and Cradily, the only Pokemon that have an average weight that's lower than Lapras are Flygon, Gallade, and Sceptile. This means that Lapras was overtaken by most of the rest simply because of the new weighting method. Pikachu is further down the rankings with 5,229 uses, but it's subject to the same treatment, as most of the Pokemon that are directly ahead have much less, most notably Uxie, which is below 2,000. Otherwise, you still have quite a few in the 2,000s and 3,000s, which is a perfect illustration of the very low average weighting and very low skill level as well those who choose to use Pikachu have. But this trend gets most noticeable when you look at Snorlax, Blastoise, and especially Charizard. They're bunched close together, so we're going to look at them at the same time. As you can see, these three are used much more commonly than their direct competitors. And it's especially scary in the cases of Snorlax and Charizard. The fact that they rank so low despite being used so often is downright scary, because it means that without the new weighting system, they would be frighteningly close to the overused cutoff line. This goes to show just how popular they are with the more uneducated crowds, and you won't be surprised to hear that they took a nosedive, a little bit less stark in Blastoise's case, when the new weighting system was introduced, meaning that the system does its job at squashing the background noise perfectly. One final note before I end this. Detailed stats such as movesets, natures, abilities, and others are weighted in the exact same way. It's not exclusive to how commonly each Pokemon is used. So that's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you enjoyed this little crash course, and I will see you in a few days when I go back to Let's Playing.